Welcome back to another week of Instigating with Clarkey and Drury, brought to you by our friends at Conway Furniture, our friends at Larry Hudson, Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, and the Listowel Squash Courts. Ryan Drury here with Clarkey. Clarkey, playoffs right around the corner. The Cyclones are rolling. We've got to unveil our Masters picks. What a loaded show this week.
It's a busy one, and the playoffs are here. All the talk about the Leafs and how they are built this year better for the playoffs, we're going to find out. And who do we get to start? Our old nemesis, the Boston Bruins.
Yes, the Boston Bruins. We will make our first round predictions following that. As I mentioned, we've got to go over our Masters picks. Our friend Ian Doig back on the show to review how everything shook down. What a finish it was. Somebody is going to be very, very happy. Let's just say that. And of course, the Listowel Cyclones, Cherrey Cup champs again for the first time since 2018. We will have our friend Trent McClement on to talk about this great team that continues to roll into the Sutherland Cup playoffs for Junior B supremacy. That's all coming up next here on Instigating. Welcome to Instigating with Clarkey and Drury. As I mentioned off the top of the show, we got a packed one this week. And Clarkey, playoffs are here. Let's get right down to
Look
business.
at you, with your Caps hat. They made the playoffs.
They made the play. You know what?
Wow.
I want to point out a funny little side note here. I am absolutely tickled by the amount of people in Pittsburgh and Detroit that are putting on their tinfoil hats to say that, oh, the NHL intentionally set this up so Torts could pull the goalie and screw the Penguins over and the Red Wings over. Oh, really? Tinfoil hat people? The NHL did something to help Alex Ovechkin out? Really? You people are morons. Unbelievable. Yeah, the NHL went out of their way to do something for Alex Ovechkin and not Sidney Crosby. Get real. Are you kidding me? Anyway, the Caps made it. What I would say to those losers, let me say that one more time. Those losers in Pennsylvania times 2, win more games. Win a game here and there. Maybe you get in. Anyway, the Caps are in, and I'm just thrilled that they're there, honestly. And we'll touch on that. Why don't we start there? Because honestly, I'm the biggest Caps fan of all time. The debate was put to bed years ago when I got it tattooed on me. I actually think this will be the quickest series of the first round. I do not have high hopes for my boys. I'm thrilled they're there. These young guys are going to get experience. I'm thrilled to watch them for years to come.
Well, set it up. They're playing the Rangers.
Under the tutelage of Alex Ovechkin. I don't like their chances. I think the Rangers will. I don't think any first-round series will be a sweep, but I do think this will be one of the quicker ones, and I do think the Rangers will win in 5, Clarkey.
Wow. We are 1 for 1 in saying the same thing. I said Rangers in 5. As much as the Rangers won that President's Trophy, which we know has been
it's a death
jinx.
knell.
Yeah,
it can be.
And I do, though, believe they get by the Caps, but the next round, and let's get right into that, as the Canes and the Islanders face off, this one's going to be another quick one in my mind. I'm picking this as the only sweep. The Canes will beat the Islanders in 4 straight. And then the Canes and Rangers will go at it, and we'll see what happens, but...
Yeah, I like the Canes in this series too. I do think the Islanders, when the Islanders get into the playoffs, and it's the Patrick Waugh effect too here, and the fact that they've got those 2 great goalies. I know Sorokin had a bit of a step back this year. He's still Ilya Sorokin. And Varlamov under Patrick Waugh, that's been a magical combo in the past. We don't know who's going to start game 1. I think it will be Sorokin. I think the Isles can push them to 6. But I do like the Canes in 6. In 6. So we're on the same page winner-wise so far in these series. Let's move on to, the second ever rendition of the Battle of Florida in the playoffs. This is going to be a bloodbath, but I'm sorry. The Panthers are winning this series in 5. I just do not think that Tampa can hang with them. The 5-on-5 goal differential is absolutely drastic. I think Florida will run them through the end wall in 5, Clarkey.
Vasilevsky versus Bobrovsky. What a matchup in net.
Oh,
We saw
wow.
Bobrovsky last year just stand on his head and single-handedly beat the Bruins and beat the Leafs. I think it's going to be a bloodbath as well. It's going to be a tough, rough series. I see it going 7, and I see an upset. The Tampa Bay Lightning will win in 7.
Here's the thing, too, right?
I
Like,
love John Cooper too. I love Paul Maurice. I like both coaches.
yep, I like
I
both
just think
teams.
John Cooper is he's frustrating to play against because he just sits there and he doesn't usually get too animated.
Yep.
But boy, oh boy, I just think his experience. There's a team last year who lost in the first round of the Maple Leafs. They've been red hot coming down the stretch, which doesn't
Yes, they
always mean
have.
anything. It really doesn't.
Yeah.
But I just have a feeling the Florida Cinderella story from last year, and it wouldn't be a Cinderella story this year. I just have a feeling that they're ripe for the picking.
Yeah. Hey, you never know. That Tampa team and Vasilevsky, he is the ultimate playoff boogeyman. He is the boogeyman for our generation of hockey.
Yeah.
He's the boogeyman. He can come out from under the bed and absolutely give you nightmares and steal things from you. He can steal your soul. So I wouldn't be surprised. I do like Florida. I think they're a juggernaut. They are not Cinderella.
They're a good team.
Year.
There's two good teams.
They're the Incredible Hulk, and they're legit. Anyway, for the first round's always the best.
It is, and there's always upsets, right? Like there always is upsets. Always.
Yeah. Maybe my Caps will do it. I don't think so. Who knows?
One. Yeah, maybe. Absolutely.
You never know.
A hot team going down the stretch was the Caps, right? So, but again, it doesn't always mean anything.
Leafs Bruins.
Yeah.
Again, 4th time in 11 years. Bruins have won all 3. The Leafs haven't beat the Bruins head to head in a game in 3 seasons. And I don't remember this stat. They were kind of making fun of everybody bringing this up on Overdrive this week. I don't know if I was told this and forgot. I don't know. The Leafs haven't beat the Bruins in a playoff series since 1959.
Correct.
Whoa.
They have. I don't
now,
think
to be fair, the Leafs were out of the playoffs for quite a bit of those years in between. The 80s were not friendly to the Leafs, and neither were the mid 2000s. However, that's shocking. I will go right ahead. I don't mean to tread on the Leaf fans' toes here.
No, go.
Leafs in 6.
Wow.
Leafs in 6.
Absolutely shocked. You picked the Leafs in 6.
If you know why? Boston's goaltending, insanely better. Boston's defense, insanely better. But Boston's defense insanely better than the Leafs.
Okay.
To a man, by the way. Like, go down the lineup, every guy is better than the guy they're matched up against. Up front, the Leafs are so much deeper in terms of scoring punch.
Especially their centers.
That's where they're going to win the series right there, Clarkey. Down the middle of the ice. No Bergeron, no Krejci for the first time in 20-ish
Who do they have? Zaka
years.
And I don't even know.
Zaka and Coyle, who, to be fair, have turned into very good, reliable players. But here's the thing, Clarkey. I'm saying this with a caveat. I like the Leafs in 6. If the Leafs lose this series, I'm serious. We've said this so many times.
I know. What are we going to do?
Everybody gone.
We said this last year. We said the exact same thing last year. And what changed?
They have to.
Nothing.
They have to. Well, the general manager
here's
changed.
the difference this year. Okay.
Marner has to go.
Before I give my
Riley,
prediction.
everybody.
This is the difference this year, in my mind. Keith Pelly, as the president of Maple Leaf Sports and Entertainment, just took over.
Nothing to do with anything.
He 100% does. He controls the fate of Brendan Shanahan.
You mean if they lose? I thought you meant the difference in the series.
No, we're talking about people getting fired.
Yes,
we're talking about people getting fired. Yeah. And Keith Pelly, brand new president, just took over a couple of weeks ago as the president of MLSE, who now Brendan Shanahan has to report to, I would imagine.
Yes.
Is not going to stand by and say, this happened again? No. We have to make changes.
I would think the goaltenders are gone. They'll keep Wall, but Samsonov will be gone.
Oh, he's a free agent. He's gone, yeah, for sure.
Marner will be gone.
How do you trade him?
Potentially Riley.
What do you do?
Brody.
How do you make him waive it?
There are ways. Look, what I'll say is I understand it's a tough situation. Wayne Gretzky got traded.
I know, but he didn't have a no trade clause.
Mitch Marner can be traded. Mitch Marner can be traded.
I don't dispute that.
They can make it so uncomfortable
made it
for him.
So hard on themselves by doing all this.
Well, Keith Pelly can come in and say, "Listen, straight up, we do not want you here."
Right.
And we need to find a new solution here.
Yeah.
So it can happen, but look, that's not going to happen because the Leafs are going to win in 6 because Austin Matthews is going to cook.
Okay.
He has to. He's never had a big playoff series his whole career yet. It's time. I'm sick. Look, I love the guy. It's incredible. 69. Yeah, he didn't fall short of 70. Here's what I'll say too. And I know people hate when people do this. Oh, this happened to this guy, so it'll happen to this guy. And I know you don't like this, but listen, when the Caps won the Cup, guess how many goals Ovi scored that year? The year the Caps won the Cup. Take a wild guess how many goals he scored.
39.
49.
49. Oh.
He was that close to another 50 and didn't get it. Matthews was chasing a magic number in 70, didn't get it. Maybe he takes a little bit of that, pissed off energy into the playoffs.
Maybe.
And he railroads the Bruins.
Yeah.
I would love to see it. This guy has got to dominate a series. He's never done it once. And if he wants to actually be compared to Ovi in terms of goal scoring, he has to take a series over and win it. And he will, because the Leafs are going to win in 6, Clarkey. What say you?
Well, we watched the last 2 games.
Or games, really.
No, I'm just saying the last 2 games where Austin Matthews could have got 70, and he didn't do it. He didn't do it. He failed. He failed.
He didn't. You don't say that about a guy that just scored 69 goals, Clarkey. Don't do that.
Okay. Ryan.
Don't do that.
Ryan.
Yeah.
Once again.
Don't do this, Clarkey. No.
Once again.
Clarkey.
You don't know where I'm going. Wait a minute. We agree. Leafs in 6.
I thought you were going to say,
I know.
Once again, they're going to lose. Okay.
I struggle with this every year because my brain is saying one thing and my heart is saying another thing.
Listen, you're broken.
I can never, ever, ever, ever say the Leafs are going to lose in a series.
No, and that's good.
I can't. I say to myself, they're not going to do it. They're not, you know what? I honestly don't think the last 4 games meant much. We heard.
It can't, Clarkey.
We heard Sheldon Keefe say Willie Nylander has been in playoff mode now, i.e., he's moved by regular season mode and it's just going through motions. He said that. He goes, he's ready for the playoffs. He did not want to play those last 4 games. We're going to hear probably Doigy come on and rip all these guys later in the show. But
yeah, we might.
I'm telling you, it didn't matter. Those games didn't matter. Yeah, they played great one period against Florida, and they played terrible the next period. Whatever.
I like where your head's at.
So this team, I really think their defense, despite what you said, and I'm not going to compare them to the Bruins, I'm comparing them to last season, immensely better. Tougher, bigger, better.
No dispute for me. No dispute for me. Yeah.
Their goaltending worries me. Of course it worries me.
Sure.
It has been a little bit suspect down the stretch. Right?
It's been bad.
So, but I've said it before and I'll say it again. If they're average, they can win. If their goaltending's average, they can win, unless the Boston goalies were like Bobrovsky last year and are lights out. That's the only thing.
The big stars on Toronto don't show up again. That can't happen.
No,
goalies
you're
can
right.
be average. The goalies can be average as long as those guys that make all the cheddar lead the way.
Yeah, I agree.
And I think they will.
I know we're spending a lot more time on this series than any other one, but that's fine.
But
the way Mitch Marner played, Mr. Business Suit, played in the last 2 games with Austin Matthews makes me really hope that Max Domi is healthy, because Max Domi isn't fancy. Okay.
No, he's all business.
He's scrappy. He creates space, and he's the perfect him and Bertuzzi with Matt. I honestly think if Max didn't pound the crap out of that guy and hurt his hand in the 3rd last game of the year, Matthews would have got to 70 because that line was on fire.
Yep,
And
they
I
were
think they'll
for sure.
continue to be on fire. The reason the Leafs got Domi and Bertuzzi were for the playoffs. It's time for these guys to show up. I think by 8:15 on Saturday night, every Leaf fan will hate Marchand again, and it'll be a bloodbath. Not a bloodbath, but it'll be a war in the trenches with those guys. And the Leafs are going to win this time. They're going to win those battles this time because they're better built for the playoffs.
I agree, and I'd like to see it happen for you. Okay, let's shift over quickly to the West. Vancouver, Nashville. I think Nashville is getting a lot, not a lot of roses here for how good and talented that young, quick team is. That said, Vancouver's just too deep, and if they play up to expectations and Tocchet pushes all the right buttons, which we know he can do, intense guy, great leader, Vancouver in 6. I like that Nashville team. I love Saros. I think they can give the Canucks some trouble. Canucks in 6 for me.
I love Saros. I love Ryan O'Reilly. I love Luke Shen. I love the Preds in 6.
Wow, Preds knocking off the Canucks. My friend
you know
Rob
what?
will not be happy.
I think the Canucks are just first time in the playoffs in a long time, and we'll see what happens.
You're not alone there. Okay, Winnipeg, Colorado. Producer Adam, my God, maybe we should get producer Adam's prediction on this one too.
Sure.
This is a tough one. The Avs aren't exactly playing great defense, and they have question marks in goal too. But Nate Dogg, boy, is he flying out there. This is going 7. If this doesn't go 7, it's a crime against humanity. This series deserves to go 7. And I think that Nate Dogg's magic can yank it out for producer Adam. Let's go. Producer Adam, what do you think?
No comment, as my wife is a Jets fan.
Oh
my God. Oh, that's right.
So he doesn't want to pick against the Avs. That's what's happening right here. He doesn't want to pick against.
Darn right, that's what's happening. I think it'll go to 7 games too. It's going to be a hard series. Hellebuck is crazy.
Come on, get us a prediction.
Crazy.
Come on, producer Adam.
Okay, I think Avs in 7. Sorry, Jen.
Avs in 7, yeah.
Okay.
Avs in 7.
Well,
Take
I don't
the
think it's
punishment,
going to go 7. I think the Jets are a superior team, and I think Hellebuck is a heck of a goalie, and I see the Jets winning in 5.
Wow. You know what? This is the toughest series actually for me to pick, I'll be honest. But I just feel like Nate Dogg is going to pull it out. Him and Makar, too much magic.
They're good, no doubt.
But defensively and in goal, the Jets have the edge. There's no question about that. It's just, can their big guns show up? Ehlers, Scheifele, Connor. We'll see. It's going to be an amazing series. I can't wait. Okay. Now, let's take a look at these last 2. Edmonton, LA.
Yeah.
Edmonton, LA. I'm not going to take a lot of time with this one. Pierre-Luc Dubois is such a cancer in that locker room. That guy is the most disappointing, overpaid player in the National Hockey League. The morale is low there, even with the coaching change. Edmonton in 5. Edmonton in 5.
I see LA maybe winning one more game, but I agree with you. The Edmonton is on a roll. They have been on a roll since they changed their coach early in the season, and I see them winning in 6.
Knobloch.
Yeah.
There you go. Edmonton in 6. Okay, so that leaves us with Dallas, Vegas. Last year's champs.
Yeah.
Mark Stone is back.
Yeah.
Hurdle is back. Yeah.
Surprise.
We can't do that. We can't do that right now.
No.
I don't care. I'll say this right now, by the way. Get used to me saying Dallas, because I think they're going all the way. The Dallas Stars win in 7. Vegas will push them, but Dallas will get through them, and then they will cruise to a Stanley Cup championship. The Dallas Stars are your 2024 Stanley Cup champions.
I say Dallas is going to dethrone the champs in 6.
There you go.
Dallas in 6.
Okay. There's our picks.
Let's
what do you think of them?
Let's just do an opening round prediction of the Stanley Cup final.
Oh, okay. Well, so I've already unveiled that I think the Dallas Stars are gonna. The Dallas Stars are gonna go all the way.
Who are they gonna beat?
The Dallas Stars are going to beat the Carolina Hurricanes in the Stanley Cup final, ladies and gentlemen. Clarkey?
Wow.
Yeah. The Toronto Maple Leafs are going to beat
The Winnipeg Jets.
Wow. Gary Bettman would hate that.
You know what? I really think it's going to be an all-Canadian final. I really do. And
Well, it has to be Toronto.
and it's and I was hedging on Edmonton or Winnipeg, but obviously I picked Winnipeg to win the first series. So Winnipeg, Toronto, man, it's going to be fun. It's going to be unbelievable.
It would be.
Yep.
It would be.
Adam,
there you have it.
clip that.
Clip it. We're going to save it. We have to.
Yeah.
It's saved.
Yeah.
All right. There are our picks. What do you think of them?
Stupid.
We're interested to hear what yours are.
Yeah.
Let's see. And if your team's in the dance, best of luck to you. Best of luck to Ovi and my boys.
And now we get to hear all the negative from Mr. Doig, probably.
Yeah, that's coming up right now. Let's take a quick break. We'll come back. We have to review the Masters picks. Someone on this show, one of the two of us, let me just say that, is going to be very happy. How about that? And I'll leave you hanging there. Ian Doig to review the Masters coming up next. Welcome back to Instigating with Clarkey and Drury, brought to you by our friends at Conway Furniture, our friends at Larry Hudson, Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, and of course, Listowel Squash Courts. Ryan Drury back here with Clarkey, and it's time. It's time to dig into the Masters picks, and what a prodigious day this is that we're recording, ladies and gentlemen, because not only do we, of course, have to welcome this guy back, but we're welcoming him back on his birthday. Ian Doig, ladies and gentlemen. Ian Doig, our golf insider.
Just a nice golf clap.
No. Deserves a bigger clap.
Just a nice golf clap.
Thank you.
No,
Thank
Happy
you.
birthday.
Yes.
Thanks.
You made it another year.
I made it.
Listen,
a few years ago, we weren't sure I was going to get this far. So
You're fine. You're good.
You are chugging, my friend, with Chuggy alongside you, who also just had a birthday. You guys are chugging. No pun intended. Now listen, Doigy. I want to get right down to business here. Producer Adam's ready. He's got it prepped. Hold on just one sec, though. I need to make an announcement here. We've made a lot of bones on this show about Chris Clark. He can't make golf picks. He can't win. All this stuff, right? And Chris Clark must have been feeling pretty good about himself watching Scotty Scheffler march to a win. Because, of course, as you all remember, because you watched the show, Chris picked Scotty Scheffler. Now, when you pick the winner in this pool, you also get 2 bonus strokes.
I thought it was 3.
And it's 2. And so, listen, I want to say something here.
Didn't matter.
We have seen in our time, and you guys are both Leaf fans, okay? And we've talked a little bit already on the show, Leafs, Bruins. We'll get your take on it too, Doigy. I have seen Chris Clark suffer through a number of very tough defeats as a sports fan.
Yes, you have.
Boston, Tampa, all of it. I've seen it.
Florida,
the Jays, of course. All of
Jays,
the Jays. It's still tough, right?
Whatever.
Listen, Clarkie's probably sitting there going, you know what? I'm finally ready to stick it to these guys. I can't wait. I won the Masters pool. Hold on just one second.
Can I just interrupt you?
Clark.
Can I just interrupt
you? Yes, please.
If there was any conspiracy between you two, I'm never doing it. Conspiracy?
There's no conspiracy. This pool, Christopher Clark.
Okay.
This pool is about hard numbers. It's about hard facts.
Yeah.
Ian Doig, I am pleased to announce here on your birthday that you won the Masters pool.
What?
You are the winner of the pool. Here are the numbers. It is shocking. It is incomprehensible. Look at Chris Clark's face. Adam, get this board down. Go back to Chris Clark's face. A single shot on Chris can't believe it. Let me break this down for you. I said in the queue up to this, I've seen Chris Clark suffer a lot of defeats.
Yeah, and
have
as I
never-
said before we started, I didn't even count. I didn't even look at who won. I had no idea who won. I
have
honestly had
never-
no idea who won.
Chris, I didn't know either because I knew that
Can you
I
put
had
the? Can you put
far
it back up there?
lost.
Can you just put it back up there? Like I just want to see. I honestly didn't even look. I had
Please
no
put this
idea.
up. Let me spell this out for you.
Yeah.
Chris, I didn't even look until Monday night because I knew on Saturday that my team was in the wind. I was terrible.
Okay.
Let me just say that.
Okay,
I
hold
was
on.
absolutely atrocious. Yeah,
It's not right.
it is right.
No, we only count our top three. We've always only counted our top three golfers.
Yeah.
Why would we
So
only
I'm
count the
minus
top
11.
three?
That's what we've always done, dude.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I
We've
would
only
agree with
always
that.
counted our top three guys.
Yeah, I would agree. And that's why I thought Clarkey won, because
Yeah.
you throw out your worst player.
Right.
And so
That's what we've
Clarkey was
always
able to
done.
throw out one of his worst players.
Always done that.
Chris, I'm glad you pointed that out. I'm glad
Yeah.
you caught that.
And I think I
Good.
need a big apology.
I would just like to say that
Mhm.
I want to tell you a couple things here. First of all, I had totally, in my absence of mind, forgot that.
Unbelievable. I win and you try to take it away from me.
No, I didn't try and take it away. This was honestly like a brain lapse on my part here. I just wanted to see, and I realized that a little while ago. We'll get the actual numbers up. But I just want to say,
Yeah,
that it would have been extremely funny if you had just let that go and we celebrated Doigy winning. You do technically win because here's the actual math.
Technically
You only
win.
count
I won. I didn't technically win. I won.
technically win.
No, there's no technically
John-
word in there.
John
You're
Rahm.
taking this away from me. I don't understand.
No, I'm not. So here's the thing.
Yeah, John Rahm sucked, but so did
John
Brooks
Rahm was
Koepka.
terrible, which
Yeah,
we
I know.
called.
I know.
Which we called. Brooksy destroyed me. I was
Yeah.
terrible.
That was probably the worst
am-
first pick overall ever.
No, it wasn't. I am plus 18. I was terrible.
Plus 18.
Is that all four? Oh no, you had a guy miss the cut.
No, he didn't.
Wyndham,
did he?
Wyndham,
Oh,
Windy
yeah,
Clark.
Wyndham.
He missed the
That's
cut.
right.
Hovland missed the cut for you.
That's
Doigy.
right. All my guys made the cut. And that's why you shouldn't be penalized when all your guys missed or made the cut. Because conceivably, and what would happen is you miss a cut at +4, and John Rahm keeps playing in this +9. You shouldn't be penalized by that. You know what I'm saying? Because the chances are, if a guy plays all 4 rounds and he's over par, he's going to get higher over par, and you shouldn't get penalized with it. That was the theory behind us only counting our top 3 guys.
Yeah,
Yes,
absolutely.
Clarky, you don't have to explain it to me. I know the system. So
Well, you
technically-
obviously didn't know it when you did the board with Adam.
Well, I don't know.
Clarkey-
I think with the look on your face, though, Clarkey, when you realized you had lost, was pretty good.
Well,
Clarky, you are not 1 over par. You are -8. You are -8.
Thanks
You
for this
win.
little
Doigy is
difference.
2 under still. Doigy's still 2 under because Hovland missing the cut. The stroke penalty counts in there.
Mhm.
So his score and my score are accurate. Yours is really the only one that is not on that big board. You are 8 under par, and you have won the Masters tournament. Congratulations, Clarky. I mean, listen. I didn't want to come over, and I'm a little under the weather. I didn't want to come over there. You're just getting over something. I will come over. We'll get a bottle of champagne out. It'll be great fun. We'll even film it. We'll share it on social media. I'm happy to do that.
Okay.
But I just really thought that it would be funny to try and pull a fast one on you on Doigy's birthday because it lined up so well too.
It did.
Of course,
It did.
Doigy wins. It's his birthday, right?
And by the way, back
Yes.
on I don't know what it was. When Doigy crushed us at 18 under, he got 3 bonus strokes for winning it. It's 3, not 2. Just so you know. I have the text.
Are you
I have
sure?
the text from you right there.
Yeah,
That
I
is
would
correct.
agree with
3.
that as
So
well.
you like
I
you
would
screwed
agree with that.
everything.
9 under.
You
I didn't
screwed up
screw everything
everything.
up.
Should
I
we
didn't
just
screw
start
up
the show
everything.
again?
You're 9 under. No, we're not starting over. This was an intentional thing. I wanted to
I'm
just
sure it
see
was.
if I could make you
I'm sure it
upset.
was.
And
No.
it worked to perfection.
No.
It worked to perfection. Look how
No.
red Doigy's. He's
A little
laughing so hard at
conspiracy,
you.
I told you.
Listen, we
I'm-
had to play with you a little bit because of all the losing, and we got to have some fun at your expense.
Good.
Look,
good
I'm
out,
a
Ron.
I'm a little red in the face today. I don't want to rub it in or anything, but it was about 90 degrees out today, and I was out there practicing for 4 hours in the sunshine, so I got some color on my face. So
Incredible.
And I spent a couple hours at the beach with my wife yesterday. So, yeah.
Isn't that something? Well, I'm the same colors when I woke up because it's very cloudy and rainy here. I did win 2 squash games today against our friend Al. Wow. We'll talk about that
later. Did he have
though.
Shorts on?
Yeah. And anyway,
he did? He had shorts on.
Dude, he was hammering the ball. Like
there's a code there.
He was actively there's a code. There's a code. Now, Doigy, now that we're through all of the celebrating for Clarkey here, okay?
I don't think there was quite enough, but whatever.
What do you want?
Hold on. For the viewers at home, I have fixed the board. So now
that's what the actual
look at that is actually like domination. And this is the first major.
Well,
I just look out for the majors, guys. Like,
you're Brooks
that's what I really try to win is the majors. And this year, 1 for 1 in the majors.
There you go.
I'm happy.
Clarkey, nicely done. I would like to point out though that with Scheffler already off the board and everything, my Ludwig Oberg pick wasn't too shabby.
It wasn't too shabby. He was a good pick for sure.
Yeah.
He was incredible in his first measure. Man, his first major.
He was crazy.
He was unbelievably good. But look, there's a lot of guys we could talk about. Rom and the other live guys struggling. DJ in particular, he was a joke. Like those guys look terrible.
He nearly finished dead last, didn't he, DJ?
I don't think he finished dead last, but
nearly,
he was not good.
Yeah, pretty close.
Freddie Couples beat him, I think. If I remember.
The only story that matters is Scotty. And I don't know what kind of point we're getting to here, Doigy, but like I almost feel like from a betting perspective, if I can put it this way, like the betting sites are just going to have to start taking this guy off the board. They're going to lose too much money. This guy's a slam dunk.
It's absolutely crazy. I'm beginning to think he's from a different planet. It just does not make any sense to me. I mean, just throw the Masters aside for a second. And I looked at his record, and my numbers might be out a little bit, but he won his first tournament. So a couple things. He won his first tournament in 2022. Okay. And the first tournament he won was the first week that Ted Scott was on the bag. Okay, that's his caddy. So Ted Scott has now carried him to, 3 majors. But he's 46 tournaments since he won his first tournament on the PGA Tour. He's played in 46 tournaments, and since then he's finished in the top 10 42 times. Think about that.
That's outrageous.
It's outrageous. It's mind-boggling. And what I can't get over is typically when a guy goes on a run like this where he wins 2 or 3 out of a 5 stretch or whatever, so he's won 4 of the last 5, right? They get exhausted and they're tired. But he didn't look tired at all. He just had it together and never made a mistake. Yeah. When you think about it down the stretch, Oberg hit one in the water on 11.
Homa did too.
Homa hit one in the water. Morikawa hit one in the water, right? And Scotty Scheffler just kept hitting it right in the middle of the green. Reminded me a little bit of Jack Nicklaus in his heyday. And Nicklaus often said he won a lot of his majors by making no mistakes down the stretch when all the other guys made mistakes. He just played it to the middle of the green, took his putts and took his chances and won the tournaments.
And it was pretty neat theater too, because at one point they were pretty Oberg and Scheffler maybe at the turn, like they were even.
Oh no, it was right there.
It was right there, neck and neck,
right
and then there was like a 4-stroke swing on one. He doubled and Scotty eagled or something. So it was incredible theater for sure. And I went and turned it off thinking I won the pool. I'll be honest with you. But I honestly can say I never added up the scores. I thought, you know what? I just want to find out on the show. So that's what
I just knew that with you winning, with Scheffler winning,
right,
and then you getting the extra 3 shots.
Cam Smith had a good tournament.
Picking the winner that you had won your tournament, and
Cam.
So
Cam was -2.
Yeah, and Cam was -2. I had a good team too, but but you get the bonus 3 shots off. So it was good. But it was
what's going on with Rory though? Talking about your team, what's his problems?
Honestly, I think it's his caddy. I think he has to let his caddy go. If you look at, he hired his best friend, his buddy, just over 9 years ago. And when was the last time he won a major? Just over 9 years ago. And I think the problem comes from here. It's great that your buddy can be out there and your friends and he can caddy and everything. But when it comes to decision making, I watch Rory make decisions during rounds now. A couple things that stick out, but he makes decisions where he picks the wrong club or he gets too aggressive or he goes for broke on a shot that he shouldn't go for broke. And a true PGA Tour veteran caddy would pull him out of that and not let him do it. He would just basically get in an argument with him and stop him from doing that. And he would make less big numbers. The other thing that is, for somebody that was number 1 in the world, his wedge play is atrocious. I mean, I watched in the last couple of rounds at least 10 wedge shots that he never got within 25 feet of the hole, and he missed the greens with a few of them. And you just at that level, you can't do that. So
when we were doing our picks last week, I was praying that Scotty was going to get to me, and I honestly didn't think he would. Like, I thought there's no way one of you guys are going to be smart enough to pick Scotty. And the reason was, and Adam, get ready with the video here. I watched a little video of him, and I was like, this guy, as you guys said, is from another planet. Adam, roll the video. Watch this.
Felt good. 360. Smoked.
Yeah, these numbers are crazy.
Maybe just short.
316.7.
Yes.
Let's do 3 wood.
272.
271.2.
273.
273. Nice. I swear.
4 iron?
4 on.
224.
224.2. That's ridiculous.
This is a 7 iron. 183 and a half.
183 and a half. 185.
Oh my gosh, I launched
Yard
it.
and a half.
I launched it. Now we're getting into the challenging stuff. That felt like 80 again. There we go. Back to
80.
normal.
Unbelievable. Like, isn't that like, man, oh man, like, I know when I hit it 10 yards. I don't know when I hit it. That was unbelievable. And that was my homework.
That's psycho stuff, man.
It is.
He's so
like,
good.
Is that normal, Doigy?
No, that's abnormal. Like, I would say with a 7 iron down to the wedge, guys get it pretty dialed in. But to hitting your shot, to hit a 3 with 273 and say I hit it 273 and a half and it went 273, or a 4 iron, I hit 223 and a half and he hit it 223.2 or whatever it was. That's just abnormal. Now, it looked like there was no second takes or anything in there, and it looked very, very clean.
No, who knows? How many
who knows?
Wrong.
But
correct.
But I saw that video too, and that is absolutely crazy. I do know when guys get it dialed in, but especially with the shorter clubs, you'll see them hit it in there tight all the time. But with a 4 iron and a 3 wood and a driver to be calling out your numbers and then hitting it that's just crazy.
It is nuts.
That's being dialed in.
Yeah,
he really, really is incredible. 79% of fairways in regulation during one of the windiest Masters we've seen in a while. That's insane. He is 32 under career at the Masters. That's psychotic. And I saw a wild stat as well that I believe it's since last August. So midsummer last year. Since that time, Scotty Scheffler has not shot a round of competitive golf over par or even par. He has shot every single round of golf he has played since last August under par.
Yeah.
That does not make sense.
Yeah, I
And
think
you know
it's. I think he's sitting at 69 rounds in a row under par.
Wow.
After
Will he
this
get to
last
70?
week. I would.
We know someone who
gonna-
didn't.
I'm not going to bet against him.
Let's transition quickly to that on that note, Clarkey, the guy that didn't hit 70. How are you feeling about Austin Matthews and your Leafs going into yet another playoff clash with the Boston Bruins, Doigy? You confident?
No, of course
No.
he's not. I can answer it for him.
No,
Why?
They're too weak
why not?
defensively. Mitch Marner's too fancy, and the goaltending sucks. That's what he's going to say. Go ahead.
okay. So look, I went to the game the other night down here in Florida.
Yeah, but it wasn't a game.
Well,
It meant nothing.
The first period against the Panthers was probably the best period of hockey the Maple Leafs have played all season.
That you've seen.
No, they looked really good. They looked really strong. I went for a beer in between periods with Dale Chenoweth, who's Dean Chenoweth's cousin, friends of ours, right? We went over and had dinner with them and everything before the game. And we were talking about it. And he even said, Doigy, that's the best the Leafs have looked in a long time. And they came out for the second period, and you might as well throw in I was going to say the Listowel Cyclones out, but they played well this year, I think. You might as well throw in the C4 Centenaires out there because they looked awful. And they looked like they didn't want to be there. Mitch Marner, as soon as Florida started throwing their weight around, Mitch Marner disappeared from the ice. You didn't even know he was out there. Nylander was skating in circles. I've given him a new nickname. His nickname is Circles because very seldom does he ever actually stop and turn back. He just goes in a little circle. So his new nickname is Circles. The best player on the ice was Austin Matthews. The guy just absolutely works his ass off, and both defensively and offensively. The other part of it, now hopefully this will change, but they were trying to feed him the puck to score the 70th goal, and they were giving up, shots that they could have taken themselves. It just didn't make any sense. And so that was frustrating. And then for them to show up in Tampa and play that game, are you kidding me? They're not ready. They're not good enough. And the other thing on top of all of that is the Boston Bruins are pissed off about losing in the first round last year, and they're not going to lose again in the first round this year. No chance. I give Toronto 5 games maximum.
Flip that on him.
Wow. Clip that. Yes. We look, Doigy, we appreciate you coming on and celebrating Clarkey's big win. Big win, Clarkey.
Thanks,
and
Ryan.
we needed to get your Leaf take
really
as well.
feel ripped off about this whole celebration, but
listen, we're going to do something for you. Just relax over there, okay? Like, I'm still the king, so just relax, Take this first one.
I already know. What have you done for me lately is what they say.
Hey man, there's nowhere to go but up, Clarkey, for you, right?
Oh,
there was nowhere to go but down for me.
I'm up.
So,
anyway, yeah.
Even the
Let's just make sure we get the rules right next time
the rules were Clarkey. No one can ever play a prank on Clarkey. It
wasn't a prank. You know it was.
Anyway, Clarkey,
it was a good prank.
Enjoy your time down in Florida.
Doigy, enjoy your birthday.
I'll come down when the Leafs are playing the Florida team in the second round, okay?
No chance.
Okay.
No chance.
Okay, fine. I won't.
Doigy, we appreciate your insight, my friend. Enjoy your birthday. Thanks for doing this, brother.
Thanks, guys, for having me on, and go Leafs, go.
Go Leafs, go.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
what we're saying
Take the
around
Blue
these
Jays
parts,
with you.
Yeah. What we're saying around these parts right now is go Cyclones, go. And for very good reason. The Listowel Cyclones are Cherry Cup champs once again, and we will be joined next by our friend, the general manager, Trent McClement, here on Instigating. Welcome back to Instigating with Clarkey and Drury, brought to you by our friends at Conway Furniture, Larry Hudson, Chevrolet Buick GMC, and of course, the Listowel Squash Courts. And as promised, look, guys, we said last week, we told everybody after we celebrated a big win for the Hanover Barons in Junior C, we said, hey, get ready, everybody, because we could be doing the same thing next week on Instigating with the Listowel Cyclones. Lo and behold, we are doing that. As promised, the general manager, the architect of a Cherry Cup championship team, our friend and friend of the show, Mr. Trent McClement. Trent, how are you, man? Trent McClement, ladies and gentlemen.
Not too bad, Drury. Thanks for having me on.
Dude, We appreciate it, and I want to get right to business. Do you recall that in September, mid-September, right here on this show, I sat right here, Clarkey sat right there, and you were sat somewhere similar in your house to where you are now, although back then you weren't a champion yet. We said, boy, Trent, really like the look of this club. I think that you could do something special this year. And you said, so do I. That's our goal. How's it feel to be sitting here months later, having achieved that goal?
Oh, it feels amazing, to be honest with you. When we had that conversation at that time of the year too, I think we were sitting like sixth place or something, and I just knew that with this core group and with these guys and seeing the dressing room, when you see it on the inside, sometimes you can just feel that there's just something special going on. And I remember seeing it back when I was in Mount Forest, and you kind of know that feeling, and you just know that this year it just seemed like everything was going to align. Like these guys have been together for a long time. They worked hard for a long time. They put in the work, and yeah, they've just been repaid. And it's amazing. It's amazing. And to have that conversation back then and now get to live it. Yeah, everybody has that dream, right? But when I was on the ice there and I got to talk to you right away there on the ice, and it's a dream come true, to be honest with you. Coming to Listowel, I never thought that we'd be sitting here this quick, but yeah, it's amazing.
We've spoken obviously a lot of work, Trent, and you guys were on quite a roll in the playoffs. There's no doubt about it. And you were going into Stratford there, looking to sweep the playoffs, if I'm not mistaken, like without a loss, which is incredible. And as much as you probably wanted to skate the trophy around in Stratford, how sweet was it to win it at home?
Oh, it was amazing. Like the coach and me wanted to win in Stratford just because you never want to give them one, because you never know. Because I was a part of it when I was in Mount Forest. I was a part of a team that came back from 3-0. So you just don't want to give them that hope. But when we lost that game in Stratford, then you just start seeing the possibilities of, hey, we have a chance to win it at home. And then actually experiencing winning it at home, it was awesome. Like you're on the ice celebrating. You get to go back into your own dressing room. Some of the kids, I left around 12:30, maybe 12:45, and some of the kids were still in the dressing room, still on their equipment, just living it up, right? So it's just looking back on it now, you couldn't even. It almost fitted the season, how our seasons went so far. It's just everything's kind of went the way that we've wanted it to so far. We have a long way to go still, but it just kind of fit into that story, and just you can't have a better way to end your division the way that we did.
Yeah, really incredible stuff. I will make a note for everybody as well. CKNX will continue to have complete and full coverage of every Cyclones game in the Sutherland Cup round robin, all 4 games, home and away. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to Fort Erie. We're going to Fort
Who's doing
Erie.
the first game, the A crew or the B crew?
There is no A crew or B crew at CKNX. It's all sustained, baby.
Okay, good.
It's all sustained.
Good answer. You'll be doing the game.
We will have every single game, every second of it, all the way through the rest of the journey here toward the Sutherland Cup. You can catch every single game on CKNX and CKNX.ca. And Trent, I wish we had time to, and I was able to kind of expand on it and do it in my article that I wrote about the win. I wish we had time to talk about every single guy. There's so many great players and great stories on this team. One in particular, and I kind of made a side note of it in my story, was Dixon Grimes coming back. Started his junior career as Listowel Cyclone, got to that major junior dream. I spent time with him. I was so lucky to spend time with him with the Guelph Storm. He spent some time in the queue, comes back for this one purpose, and does it. Like that just kind of encompasses what this team is all about, right? A guy who still has that Listowel connection and feels so strongly about the organization that he came back and wanted to win here. And that's what's so special about this group, eh?
Oh, 100%. When we won there and we were celebrating on the ice, and when I went up and congratulated Dixon, I told him, I told him there that this whole season to me started at the Laura Brewery. Like I went down there, I met with Dixon, we sat there, we ate some supper and we just talked about it, and I convinced him that Listowel was a good opportunity for him. And to me, that started everything, because to me, goaltending is where it all starts. Like, it's like Scotty Bowman and back in the day, you're trying to build the house. You start with your goalies, you move to your defense, right? So the story with him and how he's played this year and how he's played in the playoffs so far, it's both of our goalies, but for him being a 20-year-old, it's just it's awesome. It's amazing, and he's just one of the guys, like you said. There's a bunch of them on the team that are just great stories for this season and have had good years, and yeah, we're lucky to have them all.
You mentioned you're not done. Now going into a round robin with Fort Erie and St. Mary's, and you have a lot of connections in St. Mary's. You used to be there, right? How do you handicap this? How tough is it to get a read on these teams and see where you stand?
Yeah, I was talking to Jesse about it the other day. The hardest thing is you're so used to preparing for series right now. And when you're preparing for a series, it's a lot different, where right now you're preparing for a round robin where, like, Friday you have Fort Erie, Sunday you have St. Mary's. So, and they're different styles. Like, St. Mary's is a highly offensive team. They like to run and gun. You've seen in that London series, a lot of goals. They do have a good goalie. So when they do run and gun, they have that guy to kind of stop, to make the stops when they make mistakes. Fort Erie's young, and they have a really, really good goalie. Like, Burns is, to me, he's probably the best goalie in the Junior B loop this year. It hurt them when he went up to the OHL, but then he came back. We have played against him once this year, but it's a different animal. I think that you're preparing for two different teams, so home games are huge right now. That's why on our schedule we wanted to go start at home, end at home, just so if that last game means something, it's in your barn. So right now, yeah, we're trying our best to prepare for both matchups, but it is a lot different than preparing for a playoff series, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's definitely a different feel. One other thing I wanted to ask you about too, that is another cool wrinkle. And again, I wrote a big article about the Cyclones winning the Cherry Cup. You can find it on cknxnewstoday.ca under the sports section. Probably the most fun article I've got to write all year. And one thing that also stuck out to me, just because I've covered the team for so long, Trent, is now I'm seeing guys that won Cherry Cups and that Sutherland Cup. Now I see them on the bench, and that's Holden Lansink, of course, who's the franchise's all-time leading scorer. He was such a star player for them. And then another guy that played for the team in Luke Israel, who's the other assistant coach alongside head coach Jesse Cole, who was the assistant to Jason Brooks back then. Like, there's a lot of connections here that are from the past that are now part of the winning now, which I think is so unique and so cool to this Listowel Cyclone story. Like, I got to spend a lot of time with you, Sabby and JK and I, the night you won, and just being down there with those guys and seeing it, especially for a guy like Holden, kind of come full circle. Like, that's got to feel pretty special for you guys as a front office. Like, what a special thing that must be.
Oh, for sure. Like, Lansing just seems like anywhere he goes, he wins. Seaforth, Mitchell, Listowel. So bringing him in was a no-brainer, and just seeing everything, like seeing other guys coming right now in the playoffs that were on those teams just to watch and support us, right? But Lansing, I remember when we had 519 in at the start of the year and we were doing all of our interviews, and he said something that I know that he said it back in the day, but I wasn't part of Listowel, but he said, like, the Listy forever thing. And it seems so true, because you have so many people like Holden, like Israel, like all the guys that played with them, like Clayton, after they won in Hanover, he was there the night that we won. You just have all these guys that's what they believe. It's Listy forever. They really believe in this organization. They support this organization. And it's something where it's so kind of addicting that it kind of just bleeds into our own players. Like Lansing, when I left after we won that night, he's showing people a Cherry Cup tattoo that he has, that I think some of the players now are going to get Cherry Cup tattoos on their legs and stuff, right? It's just like, he's just a kid. Like, he's a good coach. He knows when to be serious, but he's just having fun with it and loves it. And it's good. It's good to see, and it's good to have part of your staff.
It absolutely is. Lanny's one of the best guys out there, and so are you, Trent. We're so appreciative of your time and all of the bugging that you let us do at CKNX and here at Instigating over the year. I mean, it's been a lot of fun. And again, like I noted in the article I wrote, Corey Dietz said something to me on the air at the end when you guys won that Cherry Cup. We're not done yet, and you guys aren't done yet, and we're very excited about that. Congratulations, Trent.
No, thanks, guys. Thanks for having me on. And yeah, no, we want to win it all. That's our main goal this year, and I think that we're as good as anybody right now in this round robin. So we just have to go out there and play the games.
Absolutely, you do. And before we let you go, we've spent a lot of time on the show talking about the Maple Leafs. I need your prediction. Boston Leafs. What do you think?
In all honesty,
don't do.
I don't know. I honestly think that the Leafs this year can beat. I think Boston's a one team. They're a one-line team right now. I don't think there's going to be a lot of penalties in the playoffs. And I think similar to us against Stratford and Listowel, I think the Leafs are deeper than them. But they got to go out there and score those goals in those big moments. But I think if Samsonov can play the way that he did down the stretch when he came back, I think that we can win it. If we win it, I think it'll be in 6. As a Leafs fan, you never want to go in 7. So if we're winning in 6.
That's what we all said.
We predicted.
Both Brian and I both predicted Leafs in 6. So we're all on the same page. We will all be disappointed.
We all might be. We know one thing's for sure. No one in Listowel is disappointed with the Cyclones.
No.
Because Listy forever. I believe it too, Trent, because I've seen it too many times. Congratulations, my friend. Thanks for doing this, and we're looking forward to hopefully doing this again with you really soon.
Oh, for sure, guys. Thanks for having me on, and yeah, you guys have a good night.
All right, we'll take a quick break. When we come back, got to wrap it up with the Couch Potatoes of the Week, brought to you by Conway Furniture, next here on Instigating. Back to wrap things up here on Instigating with Clarkey and Drury, and we are brought to you, of course, by our friends, our great friends at Conway Furniture. Got to ditch the Caps hat, ladies and gentlemen. Conway Furniture, Highway 86, east end of Listowel, ladies and gentlemen. That's where you can go to become part of Couch Potato Nation. They got everything in there. By the way, the SWAT food truck, the sandwich truck, they're going to be at Conway Furniture Saturday, April 20th. So you can go and not only become a part of Couch Potato Nation, you can get a great lunch too on the way out. Right after you go in there and you see a price on something you want that includes HST and delivery, you can walk right out of there, and with all the money you saved on your great new purchase, you can buy a SWAT sandwich. How about that? They're going to be there all day Saturday, and it's part of something very special going on over there. We love the Couch Potato movement. We do.
We do.
How about April mattress giveaway time? How about that? You can put your name in the April mattress giveaway contest at Conway Furniture when you stop by there. How about that? You could win a mattress. I mean, hey, does it get any better? Sandwiches, Couch Potato Nation, win a mattress. I mean,
that sounds like your dream date right there.
That's, dude, I might drift down there. You throw sandwiches, mattresses, and couches in.
Exactly.
That's me,
perfect.
Dude.
That is you to a T. Exactly.
I should put that on a t-shirt. Sandwiches, couches, and mattresses, because that's my life.
That is the dream.
Right also, you know what else is part of my life? Winning squash matches now. I beat out twice, and hey, you can get good at squash just like me when you visit our friends at Listowel Squash.
And hold on,
go down there.
Hold on. He wore shorts? Because he let us in on his secret. When he's not serious, he doesn't wear shorts.
He got serious with me, dude.
He wore shorts,
and I got serious with him. Wow. I got serious, man. Wow. And I played awful. He crushed me the first 2 games.
We may have some news about Al too in the future.
Absolutely.
A little tease.
Now. Little tease for you there.
Yeah.
And hey, you know what?
Yes,
we feel really good.
They have it.
Listen, we feel really red hot about our Stanley Cup first round predictions. You know what else is piping red hot?
I do.
Year round, all of the time.
Yes.
You know what it is. It's the deals at Larry Hudson's, Clarkey.
Yes. Hudson's has it. Truck month continues.
Yes.
And the inventory is good. The rebates are good. 0% interest on some select 1500 trucks. We have Terrains on the lot. We have Encore GXs on the lot. We have a lot of vehicles on Camaros. We have Camaros. You would look good in a Camaro. We have Yukons. We have Tahoes. Come on in. Larry Hudson's. Hudson's has it. When you see Trent McClement, ask him if Clarkey is here. Okay?
Ask Trent if Clarkey is here. The
That's right.
disrespect you're showing to a Cherry Cup champion.
We work
Chris
together
Clark.
every day. We have a lot of fun working together.
Chris Clark,
A lot of sports talk.
Disrespect.
A lot of sports talk, which is fun.
Well, let's do some more.
Okay, yeah, let's get right into this. Let's go.
Couch potatoes of the week.
I'm ready.
You have claimed that this will be the speediest couch
It
potato
will.
ever.
It will.
Please take it away.
Adam, put the picture up, and I have one word. Enough. Done. Done.
Christopher Clark, let me tell you something, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, by the way, for those listening on the podcast, Chris has put up a picture of the infamous, everyone's favorite umpire, Angel Hernandez of Major League Baseball.
Take it down, Adam. I've seen him enough.
No, you haven't, Chris. Because let me tell you something, Chris.
Oh my gosh.
On this show,
We have
today in particular,
the first time ever.
we have had a lot of synergy.
We have.
We like the Leafs in 6. We like a lot of the same series. We're feeling good about, finally you're on team good golf picks.
Yeah.
There's a lot of synergy happening between you and I.
And for the audience, we don't discuss our couch potatoes before the show.
We do not reveal them to each other.
No.
We never ever reveal our couch potatoes to each other.
We have a first.
But today, you and I both have nominated Angel Hernandez as our Conway Furniture Couch Potato of the Week. And I went one step further.
Yeah.
I found a special video from a podcast with players.
There's lots to show, but I didn't want to do it. But that's fine. You can do it.
This is former players speaking about how negatively Angel Hernandez and his bad calls impact the game. Producer Adam, please show us.
And what they want is Angel Hernandez out of Major League Baseball because he's stealing the show every weekend.
I was obviously at the game on Saturday, and I went into the Rangers clubhouse, and I talked to Langford, and I said, man, you're a better man than I am. He's like, what do you mean? I go, dude, I would have been ejected so fast. He's like, what can I say? He's like, I couldn't even reach those pitches. I was like, a better man than me, brother.
Because he's a rookie, he can't say, he doesn't feel like he can.
I mean, I guess. I don't know. I didn't care if I was a rookie my first game in the big leagues. I get rung out a pitch 7 inches off the plate. We got problems.
We're only talking about how bad he's been behind the dish. Dude misses stuff in the field all the time as well. It's not like he's just struggling behind the plate. There are calls constantly throughout the year in the field where he's messing up. It can affect the game, honestly. And I'll tell you where it affects the game is, we talk about the mental aspect of it. Now with the game being sped up, Angel makes a bad call. Now a guy is all in his head. He's all frustrated. So now I have to calm myself down in the game that we try to speed up. So now I'm all discombobulated because I'm worried about this guy behind the plate if he can do his job right. People don't even understand the element from a mental standpoint. They say the game is, 80% mental, 20% physical. Well, there you go. You have somebody messing with my mental in a game that's already difficult enough. At some point, they've got to figure something out. He might have some envelopes or something somewhere, but we got to get Angel up out of here.
Yeah, just pay him. Pay him to go away. It's such a stain on the sport.
A stain on this. That's the show. I can't sum it up better than myself.
It is.
I can't sum it up better myself.
It's unbelievable.
Stain on the sport. I want to say one.
And you know what? Like the one thing I'll say about that clip, is at least when he makes mistakes in the field, there's a video replay. But for balls and strikes, there is not. There is not. And he called a check swing, foul ball, then changed it to a swing. The guy didn't come close to swinging the bat. Not even
Bryce
close.
Harper.
Yeah.
We saw him in the clip.
Yeah, not even close. It's unbelievable how bad this guy is. And I don't know. It's got to be the union. It's just so strong they can't get rid of him. It's got to be.
Listen, Angel Hernandez, I will say this. Angel Hernandez, and pay attention to how I phrase this. He is the worst aspect of Major League Baseball on the field. The worst aspect of Major League Baseball in general is John Fisher of the Oakland Athletics. And I would like to make an announcement here and now. I'm going to cheer for I'll always cheer for the Jays because yay, Canada. We want the Jays to do well. Everyone knows, and you know, Clarkey, I got into baseball because of Moneyball, the book. I love the movie, but the book. I'm an A's fan. I cannot continue. I can't support them. And they're playing well, by the way. They've won 3 straight series. They're playing better than the Jays. Well, I can't support the A's. I can't support what John Fisher's doing.
No.
And I would like to announce here that I am taking my baseball fandom elsewhere. And I'm going to reveal where next week on this show.
Wow.
I'm LeBron James right now.
I was going to say, you going to Long Beach or whatever he said? No? Okay.
Yeah. I'm going to take my talents to South Beach. No,
South
I'm not
Beach,
going to Florida.
Okay.
I'm not going to the Marlins. I am moving my fandom. And I will reveal it next week.
Okay, you gonna have a hat or something? You're gonna reveal?
Yes, I will.
Okay.
Yes, I will.
We've had such a busy show. I know we got to wrap it. We didn't even talk about the finale in Phoenix with the Coyotes moving.
We'll dig into that.
Nor did we talk about
Jonte Porter.
Yes, the fixing and the
lifetime ban.
Lifetime ban. You know, when you watch Angel Hernandez, you got to sometimes wonder. That's all I'm going to say.
Clarkey, as harsh of an accusation as that is, I have to agree. I have to agree. Okay, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
You may not agree with our Stanley Cup picks, but we hope, hey, if your team's in it, good luck. Leafs Nation, I'm behind you here. Come on, Leafs in 6. By the way, you can watch this show every Friday night at 8, Sunday night at 9 with our friends on Whiteman TV. That's channel 6 for Whiteman subscribers. We debut on our YouTube channel Friday nights at 9. You can follow us on social media at Instigating Pod. Find the podcast version everywhere. And I know that next week, producer Adam will have the board updated to show that Jenna Clark is our official.
It was last week. We already had it
updated already.
He was so fast. He had it on last week's show. I saw it.
Okay. We got to have it permanent.
It is permanent.
No.
Is it on there?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, I couldn't see it. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen.
No,
my
not that
Zoom
one.
Screen
it's not on that one. It's on the credits that are going to come in a minute.
Oh, it's on the credits. Producer
at the
Adam.
End of the show. I watched.
Producer
I saw
Adam.
them.
Listen, we all know that I'm not with it always, okay? So, ladies
it's
and
on
gentlemen,
the credits.
Jenna Clark, official equipment manager, okay?
Correct.
Ladies and gentlemen, next week we will be back with more Instigating. Remember, you can catch all the Cyclones games here in Listowel on CKNX. We'll follow the Cyclones all the way and hope we're going to have another party at the Steve Kerr Memorial.
Go Leafs,
go Cyclones.
Go Caps.
Leafs.
Go Caps.
Yes. Go Caps. Let's go.
That's your Conway.
We'll see you next week.
See ya.
With more Instigating.